وجميع أهل العلم أعلام الهدى هم كالنجوم علامة للمهتدي.
This is preserved. The Aqidah is set in stone. There is no talk about it. There are no interpretations. There are no philosophy. Well, my mind says so, and so I'm entitled to my opinion. The Aqidah is set in stone. We have 2 billion people today. Maybe in 100 years from now, we'll have another 2 billion Muslims. And in 1,000 years, if the world continues for so, or the past 1,000 years, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best how many Muslims there were. If we were to say there are 10 billion or 20 billion, you're going to tell me I have my opinion and you have your opinion, then we're going to have 20 billion opinions? If we were just to say today 2 billion, almost 2 billion, which opinion shall we take? If we said 2 billion Muslim opinions, the deen is lost. It must be set in stone. If it is not, then it won't exist anymore. It is set in stone, ya akhwa. Aqidah, there is no disagreement when it comes to it. Somebody enters into Islam. In this very Dawrah, someone came and said, how do I know what is right and what is wrong? How do I know what to follow? There are so many people that say so many different things. Now, Allah told us in the Quran, if you follow, most of the people on the earth, they will do what? They will misguide you from the sabil of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what is the way? The way is so simple when it comes to your aqidah. Therefore, Salaf al-Salih, the Sahaba, ya ikhwa, they all agreed upon aqidah. There were no differences amongst them between aqidah. Right. But there were differences amongst them in acts of worship? Yes, there were. There was. Did they hold it against one another? No. Right. So nowadays, we are allowed to do the same. Our aqidah should be one. No differences whatsoever, because theirs was one. So any difference, it came after them. They were unanimous. It was consensus between them. Like, what about differences in acts of worship? It is based on exerting effort and so on. Just what happened at their time. Like, everything you're saying, AbdulAziz, is okay. And it's good and nice, and I would love to believe that and follow that. Where can I find this aqidah? Here. I'm showing you. Here. This is where you can find this aqidah. This is al-Lalaka'i. This is Sharia al-Ajurri. This is the books of Ismaili and so on. Afwan, Sharia al-Ajurri is above. These are the Sunnah ibn Abi Asim, Sunnah al-Khalas. The books are there. They have been written over 1,000 years ago, more than 1,000 years ago, with chains of narration. And they never changed. Because even if you open a book that is 700 years old for Shaykh Islam ibn Taymiyyah, he will quote from the Lalaka'i and al-Ajurri and so on. Even in Nawawi, and even you will find that they are quoting and they are the same. They did not change. You see how easy this is? It is there. It did not change. If it actually changed, then it would have changed for Nawawi. It would have changed for Al-Hafidh ibn Hajar. It would have changed for Ibn al-Qayyim, Ibn Taymiyyah. We're talking about different times now. We're talking about not the difference of 100 years. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds of years. Also, we can use this as a claim for the Quran itself. Open a book that's 1,000 years old. Open a book that is 700 and 800 years old. The same ayat. They never changed. Even if the ahadith themselves, if you open the oldest one, Al-Muwatta, for Malik, rahimahullah ta'ala, Ibn Anas, the Imam of Dawrah al-Hijrah, the same. Aywa. So we have this, it's set in stone. You want to learn it, go read it. And if there are problematic things, go to the people of ilm. Look in these books for explanations. Aywa. So we understand these things. This is brief. I also started some of the Aqidah of the Salaf Salih. I didn't continue, just some. We have a playlist on the channel. I think it's called the Aqidah of the Salaf. And we went through, I think, Sufyan al-Thawri and Abu Thawr and Al-Bukhari and Al-Awza'i and some of the Aqidah of the Salaf al-Salih with an authentic chain of narration that you can read them. But in regards to every single subject that the Shaykh is talking about here, you'll find it in these books. Sometimes one of these ulama does what? Brings 500 evidences for it. From the Quran and the Sunnah and the Sahaba, and he brings 500 narrations. 500. طيب, why? He's showing you. For the people that denied these things. They don't just exist 1, 2, 10, 20, 30. No, not even 100. 500 in one place. 500 narrations. Allahu Akbar. So that you know that the Aqidah is set in stone. There's no joke about it. No manipulation, no changing. طيب.
وجميع أهل العلم أعلام الهدى